I would like to join other members in offering my congratulations to the Premier on his new post. However, I would also like to remind him that his authority today depends entirely on the election of his caucus on a very clear set of promises, not the least of which was a commitment to end child poverty, a subject which was ignored in yesterday's throne speech. This government has broken an unending list of commitments to Alberta families, and thus far it looks like the record will continue. So my question to the Premier is this. The old management broke promises, and now this management is breaking promises. How is that new management?
The Honourable Premier.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I similarly welcome the honourable member to this Legislative Assembly in her current role. Child poverty is of concern to all of us, and certainly of concern to myself as Premier. And this is something that we intend to deal with. Now, Mr. Speaker, this was a matter that I touched upon in terms of Aboriginal issues in the throne speech. It is a matter that we are very concerned about the circumstances of Aboriginal children, particularly in an urban context. And I think the throne speech could not have been clearer about the importance of dealing with those issues, the importance of education for Aboriginal children, but also making sure that these issues are dealt with.
Honourable member, first supplemental.
The throne speech was clear on not talking about the plan to end child poverty in 5 years. That's what was clear. Now, 2.5 years ago, Albertans voted for 50 new schools. Not one has been built. They voted for more access to post-secondary education and instead got much less. They voted for 5,000 seniors places and will get about half that. So my question to the Premier, do you or do you not believe that you are responsible for implementing the platform your caucus was elected on?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I think I would say to the honourable member, the throne speech was very clear on the priorities, the 5 priorities that this government is focused on. Focused commitment on ensuring that we have sound conservative fiscal principles, ensuring that we restore public trust and entitlements, a focus on our natural resources, a focus as well on being an environmental leader, but most importantly, Mr. Speaker, and significantly, a focus upon the people's priorities. And that includes education, it includes health care, it includes the living circumstances of people in our urban communities.
Final supplemental. Honourable member.
So it appears to me the answer is no. So after promising not to be your father's PC party, it looks like Dad is back in charge. Albertans need to decrease their expectations. They shouldn't count on PC promises of the past. And after 43 years in government, no one could ever have predicted that oil prices might fluctuate. So this story is as old as the hills, almost as old as this government. Why should Albertans believe anything coming from this government when breaking promise is just business as usual?
Mr. Speaker, over the course of the past number of months, the past 6 months, I have crisscrossed this province, firstly campaigning for the leadership of my party, more recently in the by-elections, which I would also refer this honourable member to. Over the course of that time, the priorities of Albertans have been made very clear to me. We have been listening to Albertans. The throne speech, which we tabled yesterday, Mr. Speaker, could not have been clearer that we are responding directly to the priorities of Albertans when it comes to the issues that concern them relative to their quality of life: education, health care, attending to senior citizens, and the quality of our life in urban and rural Alberta.